In a clear beat to stem the tide of crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party (PDP), the PDP Special Reconciliation Committee, chaired by former President of the Senate, Dr. Bukola Saraki, Friday met with Governor of Enugu State and leader of the party in the Southeast region, Dr. Mbah. Other members of the committee present at the meeting, which held behind closed doors, are the Government House, Enugu, where former Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Seriake Dickson, and former Governor of Gombe State, Dr. Ibrahim Dankwambo. It is recalled that the leaders of the PDP in the zone had, in a communique issued after the Southeast PDP Zonal Executive Council ZEC meeting a fortnight ago, announced the re-nomination of former PDP National Youth Leader Honorable Sunday Ude Okoye to serve at the remaining tenure of the National Secretary, threatening a possible exodus should their decision not be respected. In the events that our position is not promptly implemented by the party, the Southeast PDP as a family will be compelled to reconsider their relationship with the PDP going forward, the communique stated.
We are members of the PDP Reconciliation and Strategy Committee that was set up recently by the PDP Governors Forum to work towards ensuring that upcoming NEC and also likely convention is rancor-free and works smoothly. In line with that, we're here in Enugu State to consult with one of our leaders of the party, Mbah, Governor of Enugu and leader of Southeast in PDP. This is our first state we're coming to because we appreciate the importance of the Southeast in our PDP family. As you all know, Southeast has played a key role, bedrock of the popularity and the strength of our party. And it's in recognition of that we are here to consult with him and first commend him on the leadership role he's been playing in the party. And more importantly to also commend what he is doing in Enugu State, which is a reflection for Nigerians to see what happens when you have a PDP government. And in doing that, go into discussion into how we will ensure the assignment given to us, that when we do go ahead and have our NEC and our convention, we will have one that is rancor-free, that is smooth, is peaceful, and lay the foundation for the PDP that we all are wishing for.
So the bus terminals in Enugu are beginning to take shape, an interesting shape in fact, because I am loving the shape of things. I was at Abapa recently, and the place is in total chaos. When I mean chaos, total disarray, not necessarily because the government wants it into that particular state, but because they're trying to build roads, expand the roads to make it double lane so that you can have some free flow of traffic on that axis. Beyond that, there's also another issue, the fact that the bus terminal is also nearing completion. I hear they're also getting CNG buses. More than the first phase is 50 CNG buses, and they're also getting some taxis as well. So it is going to be quite an interesting a move coming from the government of Mbah. I think the last time we had a bus that's sponsored by the government of the state of Enugu was basically during Sullivan's period. Sullivan period, we had loads and loads of buses that to take you from one place to another for cheaper the price. That actually caused a lot of competition in that transport space. People who were privately doing transport business had to reduce their price or become moderate. So when you are taking private, you know you are either taking moderate vehicle or maybe you are taking very expensive. You want to be on the luxury part of life. But that bus transportation within the state became pretty cool, pretty nice for low-income earners. I mean, minimum wage is 80,000 naira in the state, and not many persons have that power, that financial strength to transport themselves that long a time or within that space, as the case may be. So the terminals are really looking beautiful. Obete is looking like a shadow of itself. It's not anything that I remember that it looks like under the last administration. That's within a short period of time. And Soka also is looking really smooth. It's taking tremendous shape. The shape is so cool that, in fact, when you go there, you'll be thinking, is this the same Nsukka that I came to some few weeks ago? That this is the same Nsukka? You'll be stunned at the transformation that's happened in this space of less than 2 years under this particular administration, especially in transport. So people say they cannot wait for the other phase of this transport business that the government of Peter Mbah has embarked upon. They are hoping that it sees its logical conclusion, and also beyond just conclusion, it also gets to the point where successive government sticks to it. Because what we now see is successive government come and see something good about this and they abandon it. They don't continue on the trajectory of what the outgoing government is doing. Like, for instance, we didn't see that happen under Buruburu. I mean, Sullivan came, handed over to Buruburu, and that bus terminal thing, disappeared. I mean, up until this moment, nobody can tell where those buses went to, where those cabs went to. It's just, down the tissues of the past. There's nothing anymore anybody can say about it. Now we have a governor who wants to take transportation seriously, because it's important. Moving from one place to another is very, very important. And because of that, they are trying all they can, making sure that they ease it a little bit for our communities. Some persons would say it's late in the day, because again, removal of fuel subsidy should have been done at least after these things must have been put in place. The buses, the CNG buses, the low cost everything should have been put in place before the removal of fuel subsidy. But again, some persons will say you can't blame the governor for that. He's not the president. He wasn't the one that removed fuel subsidy. And some of these things took them by surprise. They needed to get into office and start thinking about what to do, including the current president. President, on the very first day in the office, removed subsidy on fuel. And because of that, we started buying things double the amount, triple the amount, in fact, sometimes even 10 times the amount, So it has exacerbated a lot of things. So some of the governors are doing some things within their powers to make sure that they cushion these effects of transportation. In fact, in some states, I think even Lagos at some point said they were going to do 3 times in a week, come to work 3 times in a week. Edo said 3 times in a week. I think there's another state that said they were going to cut down on the days you go to work, because that's actually transportation was becoming a big issue. Even a friend of mine who was in Abuja said in their office they had to reduce the days that they go to work as a private firm. If that's what actually would work for people, to making sure that they can meet up with their daily obligations, cutting down on the days and the time that they should be at work, then that should suffice. That should suffice, really. So, but Enugu State, I don't think there was any time that was ever announced that they should cut down on the amount of days people come to work, even in public sectors or in the private sectors, except there's an arrangement by few private organizations where they work on shifts, like 2 days in, 2 days out. At least you can use that to catch your breath a little bit, so that you are able to also save some monies for other things. Because largely, if you calculate what people spend in transportation these days, you'll be stunned that more than half of people's salaries, sometimes even up to 70% of it, go for transportation. And so you can wonder where the monies are coming from either, where the other things are coming from. I'm talking about monies for their groceries, monies for their families. If it's a family of 2 or 3, you can imagine how much that will be left, to take care of their families. Nobody's ever talking about, what do you call it now? Savings anymore. I mean, if you are saving, then that means you are luxurious. You're probably working in Nigeria and earning in dollars. That's the reason why. And these days are actually remote jobs. Yes, you can actually go with some remote jobs. There are some remote jobs that are quite fantastic that you could do from Nigeria, and they pay you in dollars, and then it's fantastic, really. I mean, if it's something that you want to explore on, I mean, then you can try it. I think I've got a few friends who are really balling. People are screaming about this economy. They are balling. I mean, if you earn in dollars in this kind of economy, you are doing well. I mean, if you earn like $3,000 to $7,000 in a month, you can imagine how much that is in Nigerian naira. It's economy really fantastic. Okay, so the Enugu state government, just to confirm what exactly that is being said, the Enugu state government is procuring 50 CNG powered buses to improve transportation and reduce costs. The buses are part of the state's efforts to transition from petrol to CNG, which is cheaper, more environmentally friendly. And then you would ask, why the CNG buses? To reduce the cost of transportation for citizens, to make transportation more affordable and sustainable, to preserve the environment as well. Building a CNG mother station at Ugwayama that will serve the entire southeast. Remember that it's a CNG terminal that is in Ugwayama. There's also construction of ancillary daughter stations that will look like filling stations, improving bus shelters, installing the Internet of Things and gadgets in buses to ensure the safety of citizens, partnering with Greenville Energy to attract investors in the CNG space, creating the Ministry of Energy, the mineral resources to oversee investments in the energy and mineral sector. The state government's efforts are in response to the rise in petrol prices in Nigeria and the enactment of the Enugu State Electricity Law 2023. So there's a whole lot happening in that space, and it's quite important. Like, just in case you are looking for a place to fixing your monies, I mean, transportation business is a business that you cannot lose if you know what you're doing, though. I mean, again, it's all about investment, and you must have to know that people move every day, and as people move every day, they use any means of transportation to move. Whether you're using keke or you're using vehicle, or using the bus or a cab. So if you're looking to invest, that's a great space to put your money in. For those who are looking to put monies in transport business, I saw Gaios Chukwueze. Gaios, that's the crypto lord. You know, investing in transportation business in Nigeria is quite commendable, and it was looking for a space within Enugu. And at some point, he wanted to even move to. At some point, he needed. At some point, in fact, he wanted to even go to Abia State because he couldn't find a space in Enugu. All the places he was getting in Enugu were quite exorbitant and quite outrageous. So he wanted to move to Abia State, but I know there are some persons who told him not to move away, from Enugu State. So, I mean, quite an interesting place to do transport business, if you will. If you wish, it's always a fantastic opportunity. All right, guys, thank you again for watching. Click like and, of course, share if you will. I really appreciate you. Thank you.